Have you ever wondered how one man, born over 400 years ago, could shape the literary world as we know it today? That's a question that has tickled the minds of many, as we delve into the enduring influence of none other than William Shakespeare, often hailed as the greatest writer in the English language and the most influential playwright in the world. Shakespeare, affectionately known as the Bard of Avon, or simply the Bard, has left an indelible mark on English literature with his vast body of work. His contributions span 38 plays, 154 sonnets, 2 long narrative poems, and some scattered verses, the authorship of a few of which still stirs debate today. Shakespeare's genius was not confined to the written word alone. His influence permeated the realms of theater, television, film, and literature, revolutionizing them with his unique style and themes. His plays, translated into every major modern language, are performed more frequently than those of any other playwright, a testament to their timeless relevance and universal appeal. His narratives, rich in complex characters and intricate plots, have continued to captivate audiences, transcending geographical and temporal boundaries. The themes he explored, such as love, power, betrayal, and ambition, resonate with human experiences, making his works universally relatable. Shakespeare has not just influenced the literary world, but has also shaped the English language itself. He is credited with inventing or first recording hundreds of words and phrases that we use today. His innovative use of language, his mastery over poetic forms, and his deep understanding of human nature have made him a towering figure in the literary landscape. His works have inspired countless adaptations and reinterpretations, each bringing a fresh perspective to his timeless narratives. They continue to be studied, staged, and reinterpreted in various cultural and political contexts around the world, underscoring their enduring relevance and his lasting legacy. But who was this man, and how did he rise to such prominence? As we peel back the layers of time, let's delve deeper into the life and works of this literary titan, whose influence continues to shape the world of literature and beyond. Our story begins in a small town called Stratford-upon-Avon in the year 1564. It was in this quaint and unassuming place that a child named William Shakespeare took his first breath. Little did the world know then that this child would grow up to revolutionize the realm of English literature. William's early life was rather ordinary for the time. His father was a glove maker and his mother hailed from a well-to-do farming family. The young Shakespeare likely attended the local grammar school, where he would have been steeped in the classics, learning about Greek mythology, Roman comedy, and the rhetoric and drama of Seneca and Plautus. This early education would later be reflected in the depth and richness of his work. At the tender age of 18, Shakespeare tied the knot with Anne Hathaway. Anne was 8 years his senior and 3 months pregnant at the time of their marriage. Their first child, Susanna, arrived 6 months after their wedding. 2 years later, the couple welcomed twins, Hamnet and Judith. Life was bustling for the young family, but Shakespeare's story was just beginning. In the years between 1585 and 1592, Shakespeare made his way to London. Here, he began to make his mark as an actor, writer, and part owner of a theater company known as the Lord Chamberlain's Men, later renamed the King's Men. This was the beginning of a successful career that would see him pen 38 plays, 154 sonnets, and numerous poems. His works were a blend of tragedy, comedy, history, and romance, and they showcased a deep understanding of human nature that was unprecedented for his time. Shakespeare's early years were a formative period. They were a time of growth, exploration, and the beginnings of a career that would change the face of English literature. As we delve deeper into his life and works, we'll see how these early experiences influenced his writing, and how he transformed the world of theater, one play at a time. The stage was set for a career that would revolutionize English literature. Between 1590 and 1613, the world of literature was about to be transformed. In these 2 decades, a man named William Shakespeare, from the small town of Stratford-upon-Avon, penned plays and poems that would forever change the way we perceive and appreciate the written word. This period, often referred to as Shakespeare's prolific period, was when he crafted the majority of his works. He began with a focus on comedies and historical plays, a genre he elevated to new heights. His comedies, filled with wit and humor, are still loved for their clever wordplay and engaging characters. Think of A Midsummer Night's Dream, where the interplay of human and fairy realms creates a delightful chaos, or Much Ado About Nothing, where love is won and lost and won again through a series of comedic misunderstandings. His historical plays offered a dramatic lens into the lives of past monarchs and the complex political landscapes of their times. Henry V, for instance, is a rousing exploration of power and leadership, whereas Richard III delves into the dark side of ambition. As the turn of the century approached, Shakespeare transitioned into writing tragedies, a shift that resulted in some of his most profound and renowned works. Among these are the three plays that continue to reign in the hearts of literature enthusiasts: Hamlet, King Lear, and Macbeth. Hamlet contemplates life, death, and the gray areas of morality through the introspective Prince of Denmark. King Lear is a heart-wrenching tale of a king's descent into madness after the betrayal by his daughters, and Macbeth is the chilling portrayal of a Scottish general's ruthless ambition and the tragic downfall it brings about. These works, filled with complex characters, intricate plots, and profound explorations of human nature, are testament to Shakespeare's genius. They not only cemented his reputation during his lifetime, but continue to be celebrated, studied, and performed centuries later. But our story does not end here. The bard's quill was far from being put to rest, and his later years would bring forth even more remarkable contributions to the world of literature. In his twilight years, Shakespeare continued to innovate and collaborate. As time passed, the Bard of Avon began to explore new genres and styles. He started writing tragicomedies, a unique blend of tragedy and comedy that would become a significant part of his creative legacy. These plays, often referred to as romances, include well-known titles like The Winter's Tale and The Tempest. They are marked by their complex plots, mystical elements, and ultimately, their hopeful resolutions. Throughout these later years, Shakespeare also sought the intellectual companionship of his peers, collaborating with other playwrights. This was a testament to his humility and his recognition of the power of collective creativity. These collaborations enriched his work, infusing it with fresh perspectives and ideas. As Shakespeare's life drew to a close, his work was far from forgotten. In fact, it was about to be immortalized in a way that few other works of art have been. Two of Shakespeare's longtime friends and fellow actors, John Hemingway and Henry Condell, took it upon themselves to compile and publish the first folio in 1623. This collection of his dramatic works included nearly all of his plays, preserving them for future generations. The first folio was an essential contribution to the world of literature. It ensured that Shakespeare's works survived the ravages of time, allowing us even today to experience his genius. Without the first folio, plays like Macbeth, Julius Caesar, and The Tempest might have been lost to us forever. It was a testament to the enduring power of Shakespeare's words and the deep respect his contemporaries had for his craft. Even as the first folio was being compiled, the magnitude of Shakespeare's impact was not yet fully recognized. While he was respected as a poet and playwright in his time, his reputation had not yet reached the dizzying heights it would in the centuries to come. Little did the world know, the age of bardolatry was just around the corner, ready to catapult Shakespeare to the status of a literary deity. Shakespeare's legacy was cemented, but his reputation was yet to reach its peak. It was not until the 19th century that Shakespeare's genius was fully recognized. As we turn the pages of history, we come across the Romantic era. It was during this time that Shakespeare's work, brimming with profound insights into the human condition, captured the hearts and minds of scholars and readers alike. His masterful use of language, his complex characters, and his exploration of universal themes resonated deeply with the Romantic ideals. Move forward a few decades and we enter the Victorian era. Here, Shakespeare was elevated to an almost godlike status. His plays, once appreciated mainly for their poetic beauty and dramatic intrigue, were now studied for their philosophical depth and psychological insight. His characters, with their flaws and virtues, their hopes and fears, became mirrors reflecting the human soul. This reverence for Shakespeare, this near worship, was so intense that it prompted George Bernard Shaw to coin a new term for it: bardolatry. As we ventured into the 20th century, the wave of bardolatry continued to swell. Shakespeare's work was continually adopted and rediscovered by new movements in academia and performance. His plays were reinterpreted in various cultural and political contexts around the world, their timeless themes and universal truths lending themselves to a multitude of interpretations. From the classrooms of academic institutions to the stages of community theaters, from the screens of Hollywood to the pages of contemporary literature, the bard's influence spread far and wide. The genius of Shakespeare transcends time and space, His keen understanding of human nature, his mastery over language, his ability to weave intricate plots, all these qualities make his work as relevant today as it was over 4 centuries ago. From the star-crossed lovers Romeo and Juliet, to the tragic hero Macbeth, to the whimsical Puck, his characters continue to live on, their stories still echoing in our hearts and minds. Shakespeare's influence endures to this day, a testament to his timeless genius. And so, as we conclude our journey through the life and legacy of William Shakespeare, we are left with an appreciation for the enduring power of his words, the timeless appeal of his stories, and the universal resonance of his themes.